Territory. The tackle made by Christian Kirksey. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Browns' 45-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Switch. 49, check 49, check 49.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. There goes a deep ball. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
Just like that.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, there's a little bit more through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 72 yards. And the Browns have retaken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Kill.
Hunt going to run for it. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Under. Come to me, it's me. Mike 42. I'm scared. Everybody kill.
Prescott on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for KC. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. This is Elliott. And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Everyone, 56. Check 56. I got it. 26.
Now Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal.
They come out here in the eye. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll let the fullback try and pick it up. This is Anthony Sherman. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Running with Elliott. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott unable to punch it in. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Let's get 2-yard line.
Out of his end zone, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Emmanuel Ogbah able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, alert 33.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Forced out to his left. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
As mentioned, here's the younger brother of Dustin. This is Bretton Colquitt to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Bird on the return. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. There we go. Kill.
Elliott. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Prescott to throw. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
47.
To throw is Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys are able to regain the lead. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover him.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Hunt. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Check safety. Check safety. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Check, check. Flash down.
On second down now, it's Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Mayfield. Got it open, then he completes it to Callaway. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
On second down, it's Hunt, and this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Hunt. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On second down now, it's Hunt, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. first down. Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Check 99. Check 99.
They run again with Hunt. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll toss it to Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Here we go. The Browns will go for 2.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, I said.
Mayfield. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. 53's the mic. 53. Here go 47. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. 26.
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Kill.
Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
26-26. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check me out. Watch safety green. Watch safety green. Safety.
Hey, Roy 33. Hey, Alpha.
44 is the mic.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take. Take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Check. Mike 42.
Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Chiefs on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In a regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Watch the
King!
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
22 jet bomber. Rail.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Everyone's got four down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Push him back.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their defense did its job. Got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done. Now part 2. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
Now what can Prescott do in the OT? That's out to Hill, right side complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Now, I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it, because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run again with Hunt, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Short yardage. Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath. And boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Watch the shift.
They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Hey, on 133.
They run with Hunt. And some space here. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
But when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Yeah, making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Chiefs' 23-yard line.
Set, 180. We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Again, it's Johnson. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And that is no good. And we will play on here in overtime. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Kansas City Chiefs, first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. It's Hill, complete. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here we go. 480. Here we go, 47. Hey, let's get it. Here we go, 26.
On second down, it's Elliott. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Kill. 47.
Alert 3, alert 3.
We're going to 54, 180.
Throwing. Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Kansas City Chiefs, first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Prescott going to come up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
10 more yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment.
Still time.
They come out here in the eye.
We got to get the ball. Can you get the ball right here?
They'll run for it with Hines.